Stillwater's Morning Scramble. Glad to have you here. And Paula Dennison with the City of Stillwater. She is the Assistant City Manager. Did I get that right?
You got it right. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And nice to hear from you, too. Paula always offers a lot to the show, so I appreciate you keep calling in today.
Well, great to be here, and it's good talking to you too. And I hope you are staying safe and healthy.
Safe and healthy or wealthy? Healthy I am.
Both, all three. How about all three?
Healthy I am. Wealthy and wise I'm working on. How's that? So.
Okay. Well, we're all works in progress, right?
We are. We certainly are. So I mentioned the fact that you are the assistant city manager, and we've had, I really appreciate the phone calls. We've had, of course, Sherry Fletcher, who is marketing director, but also Chief McNichol. I still call him Chief, but he is the city manager, and he's called in and giving us constant updates on what's going on with the city, and it is forever changing, isn't it?
It is. Every day there's something new or something's happening or there's information to get out. So you're a great resource for us to be able to use and get out.
Well, let's tell us, or let's tell everybody what we need to get out today because, and I didn't watch the whole meeting the other day, but I had Will on earlier, and it seemed what I saw, it just kind of echoed what we were talking about, the slowly opening up of different businesses and everything, and figuring out how to do that and get the messaging right at the same time, right?
Yes, that's absolutely right. So this Friday, May 1st, there's going to be some additional businesses that are going to be allowed to open. There's going to be restrictions that do come out either today or tomorrow, probably today, about what those requirements for opening is going to be. Of course, it's going to be a lot of your typical disinfecting, how often, how much, the distancing that everybody is becoming accustomed to, the face coverings. Some of the businesses that are opening require more personal, physical interaction, like salons and barbershops, even gymnasiums. So there's going to be some additional stuff that everybody will need to read through, be familiar with, and follow in order to have those openings back up on Friday.
Paula, because you're getting to be an expert on Zoom now, I think. So, will there be a Zoom meeting? Not that we can see, but in talking to all these businesses, because they're all going to have questions, I think.
I don't know of anything scheduled, but any questions that anybody has, please call the city. We're going to post stuff all over the city's website, Facebook page, Twitter, all of our social media outlets. So it will be available. But if you do have any specific questions, please give the city a call. 405-372-0025 is the general number.
Yeah. And you mentioned barbershops and salons and stuff like that. And I really think, in fact, I know of people that are, and how they feel about opening up may be a different thing. But now that they are slowly opening up, they've already called and almost set up appointments because there are going to be some rules to follow, and one's going to be how many can be in the room at the same time, right?
Yes, that's right. That's part of that distancing requirement, not just from each other when you're talking in the hall or shopping in the grocery store, but when you are going to these places, waiting areas, while you're waiting to get in to a barber seat or a nail salon or any place like that. Restaurants is another one.
Yeah.
And I've already seen advertisements for we're going to open at such and such time Friday evening for dinner. So, folks are really taking it seriously, the protection aspect of it, but also from the economic standpoint and the stability of Stillwater as a community. The business owners and the restaurateurs and all, they're very serious about it.
Yeah. And I know we said this when we had earlier segments in the show, so it's a little repetitive, but I don't think we can mention it too often. Nobody wants to open up and get the money flowing in the city more than the city. And so, but to do it correctly is the main thing. When you're talking about the restaurants and everything, hats off to those folks because one, a lot of them have had to figure out how they can do things in a different way and still serve and keep some of their employees, with a paycheck. But with this, they're working enormous hours to figure out how to get this done right and protect their employees and meet all the standards. And that's still kind of a work in progress, right?
Yes, it has such a domino effect, just like you were saying. When the businesses and the enterprises and the agencies are able to operate, Everybody is a recipient of that because in Oklahoma, that is what city governments live off of, is those primary sales tax that come in. So for us to provide those services, we need everybody to still shop at those businesses and eat at those restaurants locally.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a list in front of you. I didn't mean to put you on the spot here, but what will we see on Friday? What again we're allowed to open?
So what
I did put you
uh,
on the spot. I'm
city
sorry.
No, no, that's okay. Typically, it is just following along what most everybody else is. So you're going to have, and this will be in emergency declaration form that comes out. You're going to have beauty salons, barber shops, nail salons. You're going to have the tanning salons and spas. You're looking at pet groomers. I don't know that many folks have actually vocalized pet groomers or not, but that's an important piece of a
Right.
lot of folks' mental health is the care of their pet. Gyms and health facilities, food service like restaurants, and that would include the bowling alleys, sports facilities that have those food service areas and entertainment venues. I
Okay.
will make one thing very clear. Right now, we have one public access area for City Hall, and that is through the police department lobby. That is going to remain the only public access area until we're looking at until June 1st. It may change between now and then, but as of now, that's the only place of City Hall that's going to be able to have public access. But those other businesses and entities looking at May 1st to be able to open with a number of restrictions that we'll put out today or tomorrow.
Okay. You mentioned the only one access. For people, we're coming up on a new month here, so there may be people that are moving in and turning on rent, or turning on their utilities, turning them off, whatever that may be. Can they still go in there and conduct their business, and will they just go down the hallway? Is that what they'll do?
What we have done is we have temporarily relocated
Okay.
the permitting station, the utility station in the PD lobby.
Okay, it's all in the lobby as well, besides just being the entry place. Okay, great.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so you can still conduct your city business and any of your city business at that one location instead of throughout the entire building.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good to know,
What-
because at that, anytime you change the month, I know that you guys are swamped at this time, and so we need.
Yeah, it'll be a little less this year because the college students
Yeah.
aren't here swapping in and out on utilities primarily. I suspect we'll start seeing that bump up again, though, June or July when stuff really starts opening back up. They'll be wanting to get away from wherever they're at, come back to Stillwater.
Yeah. Anything else we need to get on those lines before we turn to mask here? So,
No, just watch for whatever the city puts out on social media and the website and whatnot about the new openings for May 1st, which is Friday, and what those restrictions are. And anybody feel free to call into City Hall if you have questions about it.
that sounds great. Now let's talk mask. I know you had a big handout yesterday, handing out the masks to people that needed them, and John Bartley was in his office is right across the street, and he was very impressed with the way it worked, by the way. So, hats off to
Good.
everybody that did the sewing and made the mask and dropped them off. There was a need, obviously. Where are we with that?
So, interestingly enough, we had scheduled yesterday from 9 to 2 and today from 9 to 2 for the handing out of those community face coverings. We are out. We ran out yesterday. We handed out just over 1,000 masks. That's what the
Wow.
community had sewed and had donated for us to be able to give out. We ran out of those masks yesterday, so we had to cancel today's drive. What we're doing because of that, we're going to schedule another community face covering handout and or giveaway, whatever you want to call it. Come and get it. Come and get your
Yeah.
face covering if you need one. We haven't set those dates yet, but this is a call for more masks to be sewn and provided. You can drop them off at the PD lobby here at City Hall at 723 South Lewis Street, and we'll get that day or two scheduled again. You're right, Steve. There was such a demand and a need for it. And it is so impressive what the folks in this community do. They really care about each other, and they're going to go to whatever means and methods that they can to make sure that our people are taken care of.
That's great. So you need to make more if you've got that gift, right? So
Make
yeah,
more, please do. Yes, and buy local for your material and your elastic and your ribbon and everything else that you use.
well said. Did you see some stylish ones yesterday?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
folks are extremely creative. That they are.
Yeah, they're doing it with their favorite teams. A lot of OSU type stuff out there, and with others as well. And we were talking before, they may start copywriting some of these because they're so creative. So kind of
Yeah,
cool.
they are. I bet you could have a contest on the most beautiful or the most unique or the most colorful face covering.
Boy,
You
once
get a
you
lot of attention.
yeah, that's a pretty subjective thing, isn't it? So
Then you'd have to wear it.
that would work. You know, I had
Yeah.
we were talking about Kelsey Proctor, who is director of the Seville Center, and she is apparently loves to sew, and so she made a lot of them, and so she may end up making a call out with this, but she said she always wears a leopard one, so she's got her
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
already.
Yeah, we've had some requests around here, so some of the folks that do so, they'll come walking in and they'll have a leopard or a tiger print or me. My favorite color is purple, so any material I can get that has purple in it, that's what I'm going to use. I will tell you this: I found very interesting, and folks will need to know this. We had some business owners show up yesterday wanting masks for their entire employee group. What we need folks to do is come individually to get your mask.
Okay.
We're not going to give 50 to a business
Yeah,
because we want to make sure that they are spread out. So if your employees need any, send them over individually when we have the event again.
that sounds great, and start sewing today if you can. So that sounds
Absolutely.
we cover about everything.
I think we did.
Well, always great seeing you and talking to you. I'll see you soon, I guess, probably.
I hope so.
Yeah, and you have
Yeah.
another
I
meeting
hope
on
we can
Monday,
all.
right?
Yes, we do. We have another city council meeting. We're trying to schedule those, get them in every Monday just to get the word out on city business that's still continuing, and any of the COVID-19 updates that we can provide.
Sounds great. Thanks for all you do. I
Okay.
really do appreciate it. So,
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you too.
all right.